Hi, Bill. Welcome to another edition of Golf After Hours. I'm your host, Mike Ratchman. You're watching us live on the Texas Golf Insider Network. Dave Roberts is on the road again this week. He'll be joining us from Party Town, USA, Las Vegas. He's out there working, is what he's telling me that he's working, but he's taking our show on the road, folks. We're going national with him, and actually, in a couple of weeks, we're going to Italy as well. We will be at the Ryder Cup. David Gregg will be reporting from there, along with Adam Grosh, one of our sponsors to the program. And speaking of guests tonight, Thomas Hutton, PGA Executive Director, Southern Texas PGA, will be joining us. A lot of stuff going on before the end of the year is up. We're going to find out how we're going to shut down the year, see what kind of things he's got going on this winter. And then Chip Guest, general manager at the newly renovated Lost Creek Country Club in Austin. He will be joining us right at the turn. Hey, folks, there's a lot of Ryder Cup stuff going on right now. I mean, it's right around the corner. It's going to be on the table to talk about tonight. And who knows what else we'll probably come up with. Hey, but, here's the question of the day, okay? Who do you think will be the standout for the USA team this year? I know my pick. I'm sure Dave has his pick. So stick around. We'll talk all about it. We'll take your comments. And the old routine, go grab yourself a cold one. It's Golf After Hours. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Golf After Hours. I'm Mike Ratchman. I hope you had yourself a chance to go grab a Frosty here. We're trying to catch up with Dave Roberts. He's out in Las Vegas, and he's working. Of course, as everybody knows, he works with military golf courses. He oversees them all over the country. So he's quite the guy, but he's taken our show on the road. I don't know if he has logged in yet, Johnny. Has he logged in yet?
Hey there, baby. Hey. How you doing, baby? Hey.
I was just killing everybody.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Y'all beautiful audience out there. Thank you. Ratchman, you're looking pretty, baby. You're looking pretty. Let me do my little pinky there for you, baby, because if they say if I move anything, then I'm going to get off the air.
All right, so you're not working, or are you working? I don't know what you're doing now.
Yes, I'm actually working. No, my next show starts in 30 minutes. Yes, you'll see me at the International. I'll be there tonight doing that. But before then, we're out here at Sunrise Vista Golf Course at Nellis Air Force Base, promoting the Payne Stewart Golf Experience, ages 4 to 9. We're touching lives and making differences. And our motto is get off the screens, right, and get on the greens. So we're going worldwide with it. And I got a beautiful cast out here, Anthony and Mike. They're doing a wonderful job. And then behind the scenes, our team at AFSPC Golf, Chris Bowles and Justin Wheeler, Al Holbrook, and then my leaders, Mr. K and Shandy times 2. She's just totally awesome. We're just growing the game one swing at a time there, baby.
You think I'm supposed to take all that serious, huh?
Well, let me tell you what's serious. I was going down the strip a while ago, and a lady asked for my autograph. She said, "Didn't you die in 1977?" I said, "No, Elvis lives forever, baby, because I am the king."
Hey, folks, believe it or not, Dave is an old Elvis impersonator. Dave Presley is what they used to call him when he was out on the road. Oh, my goodness. Hey, I can't wait. You got to stay on. Because one of your favorite guys is coming on there.
Yeah, my bot. My bot is coming. Notice there's no PGA here, baby. It's PCB.
You are not leaving because I thought we were just going to have you for a segment, and I know you got to leave. I know you're going to not be able to stay for the whole show, but I want to see Thomas Sutton's face just for a moment. And you guys can talk serious about it.
Us being
Oh
serious,
my
yes.
God. Well,
Hey,
I'm going to
let's
try to
talk
get it.
Ryder Cup, man. Ryder Cup, because I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
go.
want to get to it, Dave, because it's right around the corner. It's like 2.5 weeks.
I can't
And
wait.
hey, listen, and I keep trying to figure out who is going to be the standout. I know. I mean, take a look at all the players we got. I mean, Scotty Scheffler, Wyndham Clark, Brian Harman. I mean, we got some pretty good standouts, but I always kind of look at who's hot at the end, and who's your pick? This is for the
Rory,
USA team.
Rory. Oh, for the
So,
USA
so
team,
who would be your pick that you would think is this guy is going to crush it? He's going to do it for us.
Schauffele, Alexander Schauffele. I think he's going to be the quiet assassin in this one.
Man, I tell you what, I never gave my pick, but I'm right with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think he has been good all year long. I mean, and he did pretty good, last time out. I mean, it's not his first rodeo here. 6 years into it, he's got a pretty fair record.
He didn't make a lot of noise, quiet guy, and I think you know that's going to be perfect for this because you got your superstars like my pick for the European, which it's Rory already. You
Yeah.
got some bigger stars, but Alexander's never been one to be flashy, but the guy is deadly, and if he can make a couple of putts, I'm looking at him probably go 3-0 and win his singles match 3-2. You heard it here on the Texas Golf Insider Network, here on the Mike and Dave show and the Elvis show and the Johnny show. So, hey, we got a lot of shows going on here, baby. Next one starts in 15 minutes.
Well, hey, listen, I think you're right on too with the numbers. I see him. He had 3 wins last time out. He halved to hole, and he's pretty solid. It's like the Olympics. He's got that kind of attitude. He loves this kind of format. I think he really thrives on it, and I didn't think you and I were on the same page. But Xander he was fun to watch too. The playoffs
Oh, yeah.
here this last couple of weeks.
And the last couple of years, he's excelled,
Yeah,
especially there. And then in the formats of match play, like at the Dell and everything, he's done very well. So I think he's going to be a major story in a couple of weeks up in Italy. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. Just to see it live and in color is just, on foreign ground. The experience is going to be beautiful, and we're going to be taking some pictures, and we'll be broadcasting live the Thursday before it kicks off.
yeah. I tell you what, I just let everybody know here in a couple of weeks we will have a live show from you guys being in Italy, and I'm the only one that's not going to be there, and I'm kind of pissed about that too.
Well, that's all right. We finally got you to the Masters. We're going to get you to the PGA show, which is a candy store for us golf professionals. And then, Mike, you're just a young guy like you, got a lot to experience. One day get on stage with me, and we'll throw out our guitars, throw a couple of tunes together, and we'll rock this baby.
I got a couple Elvis tunes that we could pull off, man. Hey, listen, I got to ask you. I know it was a captain's pick, but Ricky Fowler, you think he was? You think he was a pick that has got to? He wants to get out there and prove himself now.
He's going to prove himself. He's done well over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But I think that his flashiness for commercial appeal, I think he's going to go 2-1. That'll be my pick with Ricky. He's we were talking a couple of weeks ago about, because like Justin Thomas, he's not done anything, and Sam Burns and these guys. Well, Ricky is on the uptick, and those are the guys that you want out there. You want them when they're hot because they're going to be going into a hostile neighborhood.
Yeah.
And, we want their take the emotions out and just let their raw talent. And if they're at the top of their game, I don't see this as a blowout for the Americans.
No, I don't either. I don't.
But it's going to get close, and it's probably going to be about a plus or minus 3 points that's going to decide this whole thing. I'm thinking 14-11.
Well, and who wins it?
USA, baby. Let me tell you. I got my USA socks on right now, baby. Oh, USA.
Well, I can see. Hold on. I'm lying. I'm wanting to see that happen. But when you take a look at John Rahm on the team, Rory McIlroy, Hovland, Hatton, Fitzpatrick, Fleetwood, McIntyre, streak of the list goes on, man. The only one that is they have a Justin Thomas on their roster, and that's Sean Lowry. But Sean Lowry has played fair.
Right, and he's an Open champion.
I mean, he's outdone Thomas.
Thomas, that would do put Lowry and Thomas together in a singles match. But you know who I'd really like to see in a singles match? I'd like to see Rory McIlroy versus Ricky Fowler. I mean, two of the most commercially known golfers that are still active at the time, and Puma versus Nike. That would just, oh man, there would be 10 million views on that one.
You might get that matchup. There might be room for that. I'm not depending on how day one goes. There's always a lot of different strategies after the first day of the Ryder Cup. But I'll be there with
I'm eager to look at Zach Johnson's the way he's doing things. You got to have guys that mix and match. You can't put two bombers together. You got to have a bomber and then somebody who's kind of straight, not missing it. And they all hit it long, but you got Dustin Johnson. He needs to have someone like a Ricky Fowler who hits it far but doesn't hit it that far.
Well, I tell you what, it's my favorite of the year. When you're going up against the rest of the world, it doesn't get better in golf than that. The Dustin Johnson, he's not too happy that he was bypassed. And when you take a look at his record, 5-0. I mean, last time out, he's pretty strong, and he's pretty tough. I think I would have picked the Dustin Johnson over Justin Thomas.
That is true. That is true. But you've got, Live Tour does have Brooks. So, but he earned it. Brooks is good.
Yeah, no, he earned it. But I mean, when you talk about a guy over his career, Dustin Johnson has just been solid.
Right. But, ever since he's went to the Live, what has he done?
Well, other than he's top at the list of money winning.
Money doesn't have nothing to do. Let's go top 10.
I know, I get that, but it's a whole different tour. I get that. It's a whole different tour. And but
I got $4 million just to show up tonight. So I'm the leading money winner. Come on, baby. I mean,
hey, listen. We got about 30 seconds, and I got to run this by you because for the first time, Tiger's not going to be traveling with the team this year, but he does have a role. You think he can get out there and be a part of maybe being, I don't know, a good cheerleader or a motivator when it comes to the Ryder Cup? What's your thought on that? Because I never pictured him as one of these motivator guys.
Well, if everybody remembers correctly, it was about 3 years ago this week that I said that Tiger Woods is moving out more towards an ambassador of golf. This would be a perfect role for him to step in. He's like a Michael Jordan. He can fire up a locker room and,
you think so? Okay.
That. So I would think that, he would give an emotional speech that would just be electrifying, kind of like what Dion does with the Colorado Buffaloes. I think that's what Tiger can play that role right now.
Well, I hope he can, because I know there was a time he could not. And maybe you're right. Maybe he steps into that role and becomes the real big face of the combination of both leagues. So it's going to be interesting to watch. Hey, man, we got to take a real quick break, but do not go away because Thomas Hutton is going to be coming up. He's the PGA Executive Director of the South Texas PGA section, and I can't wait to see his face when he joins us here in just a minute, right after the break. Go grab yourself a cold one if you already have it, David. I'll be right back.
Landa Park Golf Course offers an exceptional golf experience to players of every level. This newly redesigned 18-hole public course, nestled along the Comal River, combines a challenging layout with spectacular Texas Hill Country views. Located in the heart of historic New Braunfels, Landa Park Golf Course is convenient to players from Dallas to San Antonio and everywhere in between. Escape the routine. Call the Pro Shop to book your tee time today or visit us online at landaparkgolfcourse.com.
Step into this clubhouse and you're stepping into history. Walk this fairway and imagine you're in the gallery of one of the first PGA Tour events, or cross this bridge and know that Nelson, Hogan, Palmer, and Crenshaw each crossed it first. Because this is Brackenridge Park, the oldest 18-hole public golf course in Texas, site of the first Texas Open and home to the Texas Golf Hall of Fame. Set your tee time today and step into history at Brackenridge Park.
Just minutes north of San Antonio on Highway 281, you will find Valor Creek Golf Club in Blanco, Texas. Valor Creek is now offering stay-and-play packages starting at $150 per person per night. Relax in the beautifully furnished Tuscany Heights condominium and walk out your front door and play one of the Hill Country's premier semi-private golf courses. So break away from the city and make Valor Creek the perfect getaway for a peaceful weekend or family outing. Call us now at 830-833-0706 or go to www.vcgc.golf. That's vcgc.golf.
Are you ready to treat you and your friends to a great golfing experience in 2023? If so, it's time to tee it up at the Club at Star Ranch. Located in Hutto, just 30 minutes from Austin, the Club at Star Ranch offers manicured fairways, pure putting greens, and multiple tee options for all skill levels to enjoy. Home of the 4-hour round, the Club at Star Ranch is rated 4.6 stars and strives for course consistency so you and your friends can enjoy the golf experience you deserve. The Club at Star Ranch, where your next round awaits.
Golfers, tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops for the Callaway Fall Fitting Event happening September 11th through the 17th. This event is your chance to get professionally custom fit for any of the 3 all-new Callaway Apex Pro Series iron sets. The Apex family of irons has a new forged construction allowing for elite ball strikes and a pure feel. Don't miss the Edwin Watts Golf Shops Callaway Apex Fitting Event happening September 11th through the 17th. To reserve your free custom fitting, book online at edwinwattsgolf.com.
Step into this clubhouse and you're stepping into history. Walk this fairway and imagine you're in the gallery of one of the first PGA Tour events, or cross this bridge and know that Nelson, Hogan, Palmer, and Crenshaw each crossed it first. Because this is Brackenridge Park, the oldest 18-hole public golf course in Texas, site of the first Texas Open and home to the Texas Golf Hall of Fame. Set your tee time today and step into history at Brackenridge Park.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back again to Tech Golf After Hours. I'm your host, Mike Ratchman. And, I had a little mix up here and it was all my fault. I thought we had Thomas Hutton coming in at 7:20. I looked at the schedule and it says 7:40. And only a professional like Thomas can go up and go, no problem, man. I got this covered. And Thomas.
Always ready for you, Mike. No worries.
Brother, I'm telling you, thank you so much for coming on in. And when I was talking to Dave, I really wanted Dave to be here. He was dressed up like Elvis. I don't know if you were watching the program at all. But
what happened to him?
Well, he does. He really is working. And he was up in Vegas, and I told him, and I said, he caught me off guard too. As soon as he showed up, he made my night. I was having one of those days today when we get really busy, and then we had someone in our office get COVID. So
fun stuff.
Yeah, it just didn't turn out to be what we liked, but I needed the outfit look tonight. He made my evening. Well, I'm glad you were watching anyway. So he said, "Man, I can't do this." He says, "My boss is coming on right after this," and I said, "Dude, stick around, stick around." Hey, thanks for doing that, Thomas. Hey, folks, it's Thomas Hutton, PGA Executive Director of Southern Texas PGA. He runs the whole show of what's going on down south here in Texas. And, man, you got a lot going on. You guys just finished up a big championship. You got to be happy about that.
Yeah, we just finished up our 2023 Section Championship, which is our largest professional event of the year. We had 120 of our PGA members from across Southern Texas playing for the ultimate prize of calling themselves their section champion. And Ben Willman won. He won at 6 under par over 2 days at Brayburn Country Club in Houston. It was actually our first time that we've had an event really at Brayburn. Honestly, I should have called Mike Ray, my predecessor, and say, have you ever had an event here? Because I think there were some rumors that was really like the first big event ever at Brayburn for our professionals. So shout out to Mark Duransky, the director of golf out there, for having us out. But they played for a purse of $70,000, which is the largest in my time. I think Ben walked away with a $14,000 check, which was pretty impressive. But more importantly, we had 7 professionals qualify for next year's PGA Professional Championship, which is actually going to be at Frisco at the new PGA Omni Frisco property. So really exciting. Was kind of a nail biter. Clayton Myers from Escondido Golf and Lake Club was leading after day 1, had 3 eagles and shot 8 under. And then on day 2, he started off okay, but kind of stumbled on the way in. But then Ben put his drive into the water on 18 and had to make a par still. And he got up and down and was successful as the section champ. So shout out to Ben and all the professionals that played.
Yeah, I was reading some of the articles, and it was pretty tight at the very end.
It was.
When you start cranking some eagles in, and someone's banging on your door, man. And I read the article, and Mr. Willman, he said, Ben, yep. He said that put the pressure on me. And he said, I wanted to see how I would perform under that kind of pressure. And not only that, you're like talking about 14 grand. Those purses are getting bigger and bigger, Thomas, every year.
Yeah. And for our PGA members, really at the end of the day, our tournament program is a member benefit. Yes, they play for our purse. That's not why they're out there. Our partners continue to invest in our PGA members. We're not the PGA Tour that these people are making millions of dollars playing for a living. They're playing this game because they love it. And, our tournament program's a benefit for them that really, it's a nice thing. If we were playing for a $5,000 purse, 120 professionals would still have shown up and played in this event.
Right.
So it's a way for us at a section level. My staff works our butt off to find partners that want to invest in the game, invest in our professionals. And here's a way that they do it. So it worked out really well. It was a fun event. It was just a good week at Brayburn Country Club. The golf course was in great shape. The members loved it, and probably received the best feedback. When you're at a private club, the best feedback you can get is when a member comes up to you and says, "Can we host this again next year?" And so that kind of happened. We're not going back there next year, but I said, we're going to come back if you're going to tell me that, because you go where you're wanted. So it was a really good week.
Yeah, well, Ben talked about the condition of the golf course, and he said, man, I've played a lot of golf courses. He said, this was pristine. He said the greens were phenomenal. He said they were fast, just the way he likes to play them, and a good champion. He's a real good
100%.
champion.
He's won every major in our section except for one. And so now he'll have to come back next year and try to win the one that he hasn't won yet. But he's a great professional, but even better teacher. He teaches some of the best juniors in our section out at Access Golf Academy, which is based at Black Horse Golf Club out in Cypress on the northwest side of Houston. So shout out to Access and Black Horse for supporting them at a local level.
And man, I tell you what, I read the whole article and stuff. You guys, you really know how to collect some good sponsors who are investing in the game, Thomas. And they're big names. I mean, big names that really do not mind giving back at all, because they know how important it is to keep it growing, keep guys like him teaching. And, they spread it around real well for you guys here in South Texas.
Well, at the end of the day, our PGA members are the gatekeepers to the game. And if you want to do something at a local level, they're the ones talking to the amateur golfer day in and day out. And if you support them, they're going to support and tell that story to the amateur golfer, whether or not that's from a traditional golf company like Titleist, Callaway, TaylorMade, Nike, which were all partners this week, but even just anything to do with golf, those members, those PGA members at these facilities, they are keeping the game going every single day.
So what do you got coming up now? I mean, pretty much the year's pretty much wound down.
Come on, Mike. Mike, what does that even mean, wind down? We don't stop here at the STPGA. I take offense to that comment, Mike. No. But no, we are our next one, we go right back this weekend. If you want to come out to Champions Golf Club in Houston, we're hosting the regional finals for drive, chip, and putt. We're going to have like 96 kids, and the winner of each of the 8 age divisions goes to Augusta National next year. So lots on the line. They'll compete at the 2024 Drive, Chip, and Putt National Finals, which is actually the 10th year of the finals, which is crazy that this program's been around for 10 years already. So think of the thousands of kids that have been introduced to the game at Drive, Chip, and Putt. So big week at Champions. We got a special little YouTube group called Good Golf coming out that they're going to actually film themselves. Nice. They're going to film themselves doing the competition after our competition to make a video out of it. So we're really excited that they've kind of picked us and worked with Augusta, and they're from Dallas. They're based in the Dallas area. So that's why they're coming down. So shout out to Good for coming to one of our events too.
And then you got Energy Transfer Texas Senior Open. As a matter of fact, that's coming up right around the corner.
Yeah, it is. We're going to go right into that. This is kind of the end of a championship season and the start of our cup matches. But Energy Transfer Texas Senior Open, this is now, I should know this. It's either like 9th or 10th year that we've been at Eagle Point Golf Club in Mount Bellevue, Texas. We got some great presenting partners. They're going to play for another record purse. I think we're going to hit 6 digits that they'll play for $100,000 there, which will be awesome. But really what's more important there is that all the presenting partners, we do a pro-am the day before, and this year we'll probably eclipse over $200,000 that we've raised for charity that goes right back into our college scholarship program. So that's a perfect example of they get it. We have an event to showcase their community involvement, entertain clients with the pro-am, with the professionals, give back to the community, and then have a marquee event. It's a 54-hole championship. We make a cut after 36 holes, and that's the week of October 17th down at Eagle Point Golf Club in Mount Bellevue.
And now, do you see, is this the time of the year too? I shouldn't have said wound down, because there is no winding down in Texas, but everything kind of maybe slows and simmers a little bit. Is this the time of the year that you start planning for 2024 now? Because pretty much 23 is coming to an end.
Yeah, we actually are announcing our schedule for 2024 for our professionals tomorrow on Wednesday. I guess what's tomorrow? Thursday. But really on the junior golf side and the overall planning, yes, September, October is a big planning month for us. 2 months that really we kind of recap. So much happens in the summer, and then everything's kind of already opened and planned for the fall. So we're really just going through the motions of all the events we do, that by now, if we don't know how to run an event, we got some major issues at the STPGA. So we kind of let the events be on autopilot a little bit, and we really are gearing up for next year. And again, we're going to Vegas next year for the first time. We're going to do a Las Vegas Pro-Am. So any amateur that wants to get a team together with a professional, definitely reach out. We'd love to have you out there. We're going to Las Vegas in January, on January 15th and 16th. So we'll hit the ground running right after the new year.
Yeah, that's one good thing about Texas, Thomas. There is no down season. No. This is actually our second season.
That's very true. Yeah, because the summer, we have the spring, that's beautiful. Summer, everyone slows down, and then the fall, there's a lot of member guests, a lot of outings. There's actually probably, I think the fall is busier with outings than the spring. They do a lot of member stuff in the spring for their club, and then there's a ton of outings that I know. November here is perfect. So you go right up to the holidays with Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. Obviously, everyone knows the clubs are packed with Christmas parties and stuff. So it's a great way to end the year.
Even though that we had just a record high temperatures that we've ever seen in Texas before, but people were still playing golf. I was one of them. Mm-hmm. And, 108 degrees, playing a charity event, and you do it because you get out and support and you love to play the game. And, now were some of the afternoons a little slow for some people? Of course they were. Yeah.
But we still had rounds were up. The National Golf Federation came out where rounds were still up like 5% over year to date. And there was actually the middle of the country where we were was hot, as we know. But then like the Northeast and even like the Southeast got a lot of rain, and they got a really wet summer, but their rounds were still up when they were able to play. So golf's still in a great spot. Get some clubs, go play. It's a sport for a lifetime for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, I got maybe here about 2 or 3 minutes. Are you getting ready for the Ryder Cup?
Well, I don't have my tickets purchased, so that means I guess I'm not going to Rome. No one made the phone call that they needed a tall, lanky kid with a big nose to go support the USA team. But yes, I am. And this is actually, I think, the first Ryder Cup in a while that we don't have like one of our big events that weekend. So that will be fun for my team to kind of just pick their feet up a little bit and watch that in the morning. But go Team USA. I think we're going to go strong. Fun little fact. I'll give you a little tidbit on this. You're going to hear about it, but everyone always talks about like the course setup and how the course is set up differently over there. 3 Ryder Cups ago, so this is the third Ryder Cup that they've done it, is that the setup crew is actually both one member from the PGA of America and one member from Europe Ryder Cup. So it's not as drastic as you think. Yes, there's still some maybe tendencies, but there is equal representation in terms of the setup to make sure it's fair and balanced and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of people think like setup is completely like they're going to grow the rough, which they might. But in terms of the actual setup of the golf course each day and each round, it's one member from each side that are staff members that go out and set up the golf course.
Well,
so
we're
fun
going to see
fact.
how that plays out. That'll be pretty interesting. Real quick, we probably got about 30 seconds left. Do you have a standout? I mean, is there someone on that team that you're looking at and going, it's not how you always start the season, it's how you're ending the season. You got to stand out.
I think the one question mark for us is that the number one player in the world, Scottie Scheffler, did not end the year, I think, as he wanted to. His putter got cold. He still was a phenomenal ball striker all year long, but it's like if he goes and his putter gets hot and he goes, 4-0-1 or something like that, I think that's going to be a big thing for our team. Just because he's still last year, 2 years ago, he was still a rookie. So this is only a second Ryder Cup, but he's the number one player in the world. So I think big expectations for Scotty. And then obviously Justin Thomas has to play well. If he doesn't play well, Zach Johnson's going to be pulling his hair out. But you had to take him with his record. It wasn't like he played terrible all year, but hopefully this week at the PGA Tour event, he plays well, gets that all going, and then they just go out there. And for match play, you just got to beat your opponent. I don't really care what your score. So if he beats his opponent, that's all that matters.
I'm kind of with you on that, Thomas, too, but all eyes are going to be on
Justin.
Thomas. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really going to be on him, and they're going to be watching the coach at the same time.
Yeah.
It's going to be real fun to watch. I'll have my Bloody Marys come Friday morning. And we are going to be going live out there, too. Dave's going to be out there, and so is Adam Gross, one of our sponsors.
Nice. So, very nice.
Yeah. So
that should be awesome.
Yeah, they'll be up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm sure Adam will have a couple and tell us just exactly how everything is going over there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, buddy, thanks for coming on at a short notice.
No worries.
Yeah, I appreciate you doing that. Have yourself a great rest of the week, and we'll catch up with you.
Sounds good. Thanks, Mike.
Okay, buddy. Take care. Bye. Hey, folks, listen, we're going to take a real quick break, and when we come back, we're going to go to Austin, Texas. Go grab yourself a cola and don't go away. Golf After Hours. Be back in 3 minutes.
Golfers, tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops for the Callaway Fall Fitting Event happening September 11th through the 17th. This event is your chance to get professionally custom fit for any of the 3 all-new Callaway Apex Pro Series iron sets. The Apex family of irons has a new forged construction allowing for elite ball strikes and a pure feel. Don't miss the Edwin Watts Golf Shops Callaway Apex Fitting Event happening September 11th through the 17th. To reserve your free custom fitting, book online at edwinwattsgolf.com.
Step into this clubhouse and you're stepping into history. Walk this fairway and imagine you're in the gallery of one of the first PGA Tour events, or cross this bridge and know that Nelson, Hogan, Palmer, and Crenshaw each crossed it first. Because this is Brackenridge Park, the oldest 18-hole public golf course in Texas, site of the first Texas Open and home to the Texas Golf Hall of Fame. Set your tee time today and step into history at Brackenridge Park.
Welcome back, everybody, to Golf After Hours. I'm your host, Mike Ratchman, and ever so often things just don't go right for you. Um, I actually had Chip Gist to come. He's the general manager at Lost Creek Country Club, and he was supposed to be available at 7:20, and our good buddy Thomas Hutton was supposed to be coming in at 7:40. We may have missed Chip Guesta, but we'll make it up for him for sure. But hey, there's no sense in not talking about it, okay? Because I don't know if you have been up to Lost Creek Country Club, or if you ever are thinking about joining a country club, or maybe some of their social memberships, whatever it might be. I mean, they just had a serious makeover. And the guy who did the makeover is our good buddy Lenny Watkins. I have been around Lenny Watkins, and one of his big projects that he had was at Blackjack at Lajitas golf course in the city of Lajitas. And if it's anything like what he did in Lajitas, and some of the photos that I've seen from what the corporation had sent me, I mean, this is going to be a phenomenal track. The renovation and the transformation of what they're doing is pretty phenomenal. But Lenny Watkins, he's commentator for the Champions Tour, and he's also a Texas Golf Hall of Famer. And everything he does is great. Everything he puts his hand on, he does well. He doesn't build a ton of golf courses, but when he does, or when he does any renovations or anything like that, it's all first class. And but this is really a major one. I mean, it's one of the largest club renovations in Invite's 65-year history. And it's pretty amazing. And, they sent me some information, and I'll go through some of it. We got some photos. Johnny, you're going to help me out here to see if we can kind of get a really nice feel for anybody out there who's living in Austin and looking for a place to land as a country club, because the renovation plans consist of kind of three primary phases. And, let's start with the golf course. I mean, because that's what people mainly join for. And they really built a fine track. I mean, it's always been a nice track up there anyways. But to do the transformation of what they've done, I got to see a couple photos of it, but there's so much more. And actually, tonight they're having a big event. So I don't know if he got hung up there as well, or I just really screwed up badly. But they didn't want to release all the photos until it was handed out to their big event that they were having. So we will get Chip Gist to come back on again. We'll have to schedule him some later. Now, they also talked about they got, the practice facility. One thing that they really talked about too, that they were going to get into is, some of the tennis courts, racquetball, and some of those things that also have been ratified. That was the big project that they had, that they were going to do some renovation there as well. So I was supposed to be there on a media day, probably about 2 weeks ago, and it was on a Wednesday night. I couldn't do because we had sponsorships, folks coming on with interviews and some of the events that we were attending. But Lenny Watkins had to be in a good mood, only because I know his Rangers are really kicking butt in baseball this year. You don't want to catch Lanny on a bad day when the Rangers are losing, or they really lose a close one. I've been around that one as well. He's an avid, Ranger fan like I have never seen anybody be, but a pretty amazing guy. Anyways, they're also going to be doing something in dining. The dining facilities, they got private events for locker rooms, audio-visual equipment. I mean, they're actually doing quite a bit up there. And my apologies to everybody who had a hand in trying to set this interview up tonight. And I apologize for the mess up there, but hey, this is live. You go with what you came with. But folks, listen, if you are interested, like I say, Lenny Watkins does a great job at anything he does. And if you're interested and you are in Austin, I mean, really, really check out Lost Creek Country Club. The affiliation with other clubs are premier. So and we'll get Chip on again. And with that being said, I'm going to take myself a small little mini break. I'm going to grab myself a cold one like you guys are and kind of soak my mistakes here. And we'll come back and talk about what's going on with the Texas Golf Insider. Don't go away. Go get yourself a drink like I'm going to do. We'll be right back.
Just minutes north of San Antonio on Highway 281, you will find Valor Creek Golf Club in Blanco, Texas. Valor Creek is now offering stay and play packages starting at $150 per person per night. Relax in the beautifully furnished Tuscany Heights condominium and walk out your front door and play one of the Hill Country's premier semi-private golf courses. So break away from the city and make Valor Creek the perfect getaway for a peaceful weekend or family outing. Call us now at 830-833-0706 or go to www.vcgc.golf. That's vcgc.golf.
Landa Park Golf Course offers an exceptional golf experience to players of every level. This newly redesigned 18-hole public course, nestled along the Comal River, combines a challenging layout with spectacular Texas Hill Country views. Located in the heart of historic New Braunfels, Landa Park Golf Course is convenient to players from Dallas to San Antonio and everywhere in between. Escape the routine. Call the Pro Shop to book your tee time today or visit us online at landaparkgolfcourse.com.
Step into this clubhouse and you're stepping into history. Walk this fairway and imagine you're in the gallery of one of the first PGA Tour events, or cross this bridge and know that Nelson, Hogan, Palmer, and Crenshaw each crossed it first. Because this is Brackenridge Park, the oldest 18-hole public golf course in Texas, site of the first Texas Open and home to the Texas Golf Hall of Fame. Set your tee time today and step into history at Brackenridge Park.
Are you ready to treat you and your friends to a great golfing experience in 2023? If so, it's time to tee it up at the Club at Star Ranch. Located in Hutto, just 30 minutes from Austin, the Club at Star Ranch offers manicured fairways, pure putting greens, and multiple tee options for all skill levels to enjoy. Home of the 4-hour round, the Club at Star Ranch is rated 4.6 stars and strives for course consistency so you and your friends can enjoy the golf experience you deserve. The Club at Star Ranch, where your next round awaits.
Back, everybody, to Golf After Hours. I'm your host, Mike Ratchman. Hey, we have a special guest here, Johnny Guajardo. You know, here's one thing we all know, Johnny. We always sign off the show with Big Johnny G. Now you get to see Johnny G. This is a guy who runs the whole show here. We can't make anything happen without him. Picture placement, videos, the whole deal. He's the one who gives me the finger when I go too long on the segment, and he tries to get us out of here at 8 o'clock. I think we're getting closer to it all the time. But hey, listen, you know what? If you can't, first of all, if we can talk a little bit about the Ryder Cup. Johnny, I don't know if you watch. I know you're a big football fan. I know you're a huge football fan. University Incarnate Word, you're probably on it. Did you say you're on a podcast for University Incarnate Word?
Yes, actually, we have one me and Hollywood, Joel, we just started our own podcast about UIW football.
No kidding. Well, congrats to you guys. Well, you know how to run a show. I haven't seen Hollywood in a long time. Can anybody chime in on it?
Well, so far it's just a recorded podcast, so there's no
Interaction with any of
it
the.
or anything. No, nothing at all like that. But yeah, so we're covering UIW football. I mean, obviously went to UIW, graduated, went there in the first year we had football at all at UIW. So we just talk about it every week, preview the games. I mean, the team did well last year, got to the national semifinals. So that's pretty. It was a pretty big year for us last year, and this year we got some big recruits and trying to keep it going.
Well, I'll tell you, football here in Texas is pretty huge, just like golf is. I mean, golf is crazy right now. I mean, everybody's doing well. You know, we've got all these new companies, corporations that are coming into town, people looking for places to live and play and finding themselves either a country club or whatever. But, you know, one thing that, and I'm a Wisconsin boy, born and raised, you'd think that I'd be a Green Bay fan, but I'm a huge Texas Cowboy fan.
Oh yeah.
And of course they've really kicked some butt this last week, so that was kind of fun to watch. And so I found that kind of interesting to see the first night the way the Cowboys had played. We'll see if they can pull it off here next couple of weeks when they got to go visit San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
That's when they'll be put through the real test. Hey, buddy, have you been playing any golf lately?
Well, also, first of all, cheers to the Cowboys. I'm having a.
Oh, hey, cheers. I went to go make myself. It's a pretty heavy one too.
Ooh, yeah, that looks good. I went to Lubbock to go watch the Texas Tech game this past week, and I found this brewery out there called Two Docks Brewing Company.
Two Docks Bach.
Yeah, Two Docks, and this is their Bach version of beer. Pretty good.
Who makes it?
It's called Two Docks. That's the name of the brewery.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
And it's just a Bach style beer, so kind of like Shiner Bach, but it's a bit I guess a bit thicker, I would say. A little bit heavier than a Shiner, but still very, very good. And I've liked everything that I've had from this brewery, so definitely a big fan of theirs.
Well, it's Golf After Hours, and it's nice to know that the guy who runs the show has a cocktail with us while we're doing it. That's always fun to do. So you've been playing it all, and if you have, where have you been playing?
Well, it was my first time playing in quite a while. Even though we do the show every week, I still it's hard to find time to fit in some golf into the into my own personal life, and so I went out about a month ago and played out in Navasota. What's the name of the course? Now I'm forgetting it. But it was like a small municipal golf course in Navasota.
And you guys got some really good courses up at A&M.
Oh, we definitely do. This was around the time when golf was just packed, and I couldn't get a tee time anywhere. At least not at a time that was in the middle of the day when it was super hot. So we ended up driving to Pecan Lakes Golf Club. That's what I was talking about in Navasota. But now we have great facilities here in College Station. Great courses. The campus course is nice. Of course, we got Traditions. What's the other one I'm thinking of? There's a bunch of courses out here.
Yeah, well, the Tradition is one of them.
Yeah,
it's
the best one probably.
Yeah, that's actually the major up in that area. But golf is crazy. We're starting to get so many young players coming into the game. What's really kind of interesting to see is all the ladies that are picking up the sport. That is the fastest growing side, of our industry. And to have all the ladies step up to the plate and really come out and play. And, I was in the city championship here this last week in New Braunfels, played Land Park. And I'm in the senior division, of course, and I did end up in second place. I was real happy about that. I was doing okay. I was in first place after day one, but the heat just kicked my ass. I mean, It was 108 when we were playing. My tee time was at 1 o'clock in the afternoon the first day.
Oh,
And
that is such a terrible time to have to tee off.
yeah, oh, it is, man. But it's everybody. And then it flipped it the next day. But the next day I got up, man. I could not get my legs underneath me. I couldn't get enough Gatorade in me and water. And it was one of the guys I was playing with, and he's, man, can I get you a beer? My game's gone to hell, so I can want a beer. And I goes, hell no. I said, I can't drink a beer on this course. Now, did a beer taste good afterwards? Actually, margarita tasted awesome afterwards. But Atlanta Park, by the way, folks, is our front cover. If you have not played it, it's really a neat track. I mean, it is a special place to go play. Quinn Alexander put on a great show for everybody. And, you know, a lot of golf courses are stressed all over with no water and stuff like that. So we did have to play cart path, but there's a lot of people that are cart path only. And, you know, you can't keep beating up the course until we get some rain. But what an event. If you want to check out all the winners, you can go to TexasGolfInsider.com. It will be posted either tonight or early in the morning on Friday. And so check it all out. And so I just want to give a shout out to everybody. And you really enjoyed playing in the tournament. New Braunfels has gotten so big, and so has that tournament. And so it was fun to play. You know, put $150 in my pocket and walked away feeling kind of good about the game. I wish I would have played a little bit better. But next time you get down to New Braunfels in this area, Johnny, we got to take you out there.
Oh man, I'd love to go out there and play, especially now when the weather's, you know, it's getting a bit better out there. Actually, it's not as oppressively hot as it's been this whole summer.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, this morning here, the last couple of days, I got up and the sun wasn't shining. You know how blessed I was to see that. I mean, I got up and I was like, felt a little cool. I don't want to see the sun for a while. I mean, not that I don't want it back, but I'd like a little shade, grow the grass a little bit, and enjoy. You know, fall is right around the corner, and I'm hoping, that it's really around the corner because it's just been so brutal this year.
Definitely.
So,
definitely. Hey,
folks, listen. This is about all we can do to wind down our show tonight. I want to thank Johnny most of all. He says, man, I'm not even dressed for this. And I goes, hey, I screwed up the whole show already. I says, I just need some assistance here, Johnny. You're always good to talk to, man. We always have fun talking to you, before we get on the show. And always appreciate you taking care of the show for us. And God, how many years have you been doing that for us? 4 now?
No, it's way more than
5.
It's I think. Because we went digital, like 3 years ago?
Oh, no. Matter of fact, we podcasted 3 years ago, but we were still doing Thursday night shows.
Yeah, so that's...
Man, that's probably about 6 years.
It's been 6 years, if not get close to 7, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. But it's gone very well for us. Johnny, we couldn't have done this stuff without you. So thanks for sitting in for Dave for a little bit. No, and I want to give a shout out to Chip Diaz, man. If we caught you wrong, sure do apologize. We will get you back. I also want to thank Thomas Hutton for coming on the show. And of course, I screwed up that one as well. But, you know, he was pretty easy to jump on in and take care of business. And folks, listen, if you are planning on playing some golf, make sure you pick up the Texas Golf Insider. You can pick it up at all the golf courses around Texas. Or if you want to go to TexasGolfInsider.com, you can download the digital book and have it on your phone. You don't even have to go to the shop anymore to pick up your magazine. That's going to be it for us now. We're going to wrap this thing on up, folks. I want to thank everybody for joining us who's watching tonight, and I want to thank everybody who watches and shares throughout the whole week, because this, like I say, every week is Dave and our's favorite hour. And as long as you keep sharing, as long as you keep watching, Dave and I'll be back next week. Until then, rain or shine, book your tea time. Have a great weekend, everybody. Cheers.